Nelbud Nation, Michael Crafton with your Friday weekly update on November the 8th. Today's safety topic of the week is cold stress. It is starting to get colder, and it is absolutely critical that we understand what our bodies are going to be going through over the next 4 or 5 months. But what's really important is that we understand how to protect ourselves, because there are many dangers when it comes to cold weather that we can absolutely prevent. Those things could include numbness, shivering, frostbite, trench foot, hypothermia. We must be very cautious and aware each day and night that we're out in the field. As we are prone to being outdoors in the cold and wet weathers nightly, we need to make sure that we identify the signs of oncoming injuries. We know how to treat them as well as know how to prevent them. We can stay safe. We just have to use preventative measures and use common sense. So a few tips: always check the weather before going to work and make sure that you have the proper PPE. Dress appropriate in layers. I was talking to some crews this morning in our Indianapolis office, and a couple of them had those hot hand warmers that you smash together that they were using in their pockets to keep their hands warm when they weren't using the guns or anything. Protect your head, face, and hands from the elements, and always be aware of your body and your environment. If you're starting to shiver uncontrollably or you feel colder that makes you uncomfortable, take a break, go inside, and make sure that you protect yourself. Be careful in the cold. I wanted to really quickly remind everybody what our mission is. I know over the next 6 weeks, we talked about a couple weeks ago that we're going to be doing these round tables and we're going to be making these announcements. But at the end of the day, our core mission is the same, and it's what we live by and why we're doing this business. So our mission, for those that don't know, is we strive to be a safe and progressive service company by embracing change, being honest, proud, and accountable to ourselves and our core value chapters while keeping our employees safe and our customers second. So let's all don't forget our mission and understand why we're here and what we're going for. And I think we'll continue to make this place one of the best places to work in the country. We have a bunch of shout outs, which is absolutely my favorite thing to do. A super big shout out for me personally. It's real emotional to get to interact with the people of Nelbud. But I was invited this morning to a really great breakfast from some of our KEC technicians in our Indianapolis branch. So I want to say thank you to Dustin D, Logan, Carl, Joe Rice, Joe Risky, and Dalton for inviting me to breakfast. We had a great conversation. Ended up being almost a couple hours. And I love doing those things because it really reminds me why we all come to work and how special the people are at Nelbud that believe in their chapters and that are really working hard to keep the community safe. So Dustin, Logan, Carl, Joe, both Joes, and Dalton, thank you so much for having me this morning. It was a really great experience, and I'm really excited about all your guys' futures. Another big shout out to Chet in our Indianapolis office. He got married today. Congratulations. It's a really special day for you, and we really appreciate you working hard leading up to your wedding, and we wish you absolutely the best luck in your future. So congratulations, Chet, for getting married today. Another huge shout out to Chris Bach. She works in our fire protection division. Chris has really gone above and beyond, always in her career, but most importantly lately, to help out fellow coworkers. We had a horrible tragedy happen to somebody in our support staff in Indianapolis, and Chris really stepped up, showed compassion, helped kind of take on that workload, but also be there for that person during this time of need and tragedy. So Chris, thank you so much for stepping up and helping the company. Thank you for all you do. It's absolutely noticed, and a lot of people recognize your talents, but also your just dedication to chapters and the company as itself. So we appreciate that. I want to remind everybody really quickly that we're coming to the end of the year. HR is very passionate about everybody's health and well-being. Make sure you have everything updated in Bamboo as we're going through the insurance enrollment, but also making sure all your benefits are up to date and are actually used before the year's over. But most importantly, your W-2s are going to start coming out the first of the year, and we have to have your updated information in Bamboo because that's how we pull our W-2 addresses, so make sure those are updated. And don't forget, Monday is Veterans Day. I know across the country we're taking the day off to honor the great veterans in the country, but most specifically the veterans at Nelbud. Some of the crew employees are taking Sunday off and working Monday, and a lot of the employees are having Monday off, depending on your work schedule. So make sure that you don't forget that and have a great day, and make sure you remember to thank a veteran because they're really important to us and the country. 3 birthdays: Ian Shawthrath, Sean Murray, and Ray Wallace. Happy birthday. Congratulations on being born, which is kind of funny. But just happy birthday. It's really great to work together with you, especially during this birthday week. We have an amazing amount of anniversaries, so this must have been a really special week a year ago, 2, 4, 7, and 11 years ago even. So happy anniversary, 1 year with Nelbud, Alicia Richardson, Louis Ruiz, and Paul Hetzel. We really appreciate your hard work. And or at Brockington, we appreciate the 4 of yours hard work. The first year is always the hardest. Once you get through that, the sky's the limit. We're excited for Alicia, Louis, Paul, and Oret to make it through to many more years of service. John Vela, our all-star fast start sales rep in Evansville. John, it feels like you started very recently. I remember meeting you for the first time at the sales convention a couple years ago. 2-year anniversary. You've absolutely excelled. You're at the top tier of our sales team, and we appreciate your hard work. So congrats, John Vela. Tremayne Vaughn, a big 4-year anniversary. That's awesome. I really did. We heard your name on Monday at our senior meeting, talking about how you're just been very proactive and you can be relied on. So Tremayne, we really appreciate your hard work. Thank you for 4 years of dedication to Nelbud. And I had breakfast today with Mr. Dalton Johnson, a 7-year Nelbudian. He actually is a great story if you don't know, but thank you so much, Dalton, for 7 hard years of labor with Nelbud. Went from a partner in a truck to a lead to a night service manager, trained in fire protection for a year or so and earned that skill. And now he's working his way as a area manager in training in our Indianapolis branch. So Dalton, thank you for 7 hard years. And we have a major 11-year anniversary to the one we know and love, Mr. Gerald Clark, better known as Gerald. Jerry has been with the company for 11 years. He started with me almost when the old 360 was around 11 years ago. We had a lot of hard work together, and Jerry, I appreciate you always being supportive and kind of digging in deep with me over the years, but also the company. I know we appreciate your hard work in the CAM department, especially your relationships that you build across the country. So Jerry, thank you so much for your hard work. Congratulations on 11 years. That's a massive accomplishment. We're excited for 11 more. It's going to be great. Have an awesome week. Have an awesome weekend. Try to stay warm. Don't forget your chapters.